If you can't stand the thought of making a really colorful granny square, one that changes colors every single round because of all the ends, I hear ya. I have a fix that I think is gonna change the way you crochet granny squares forever. Can you imagine only having 2 ends to weave in even though you've changed colors every single round? Yeah, that's what this does. So I already have a couple of rounds completed here, but the gist of it is that you want to finish your round completely. So I want to change colors on the next round as well. But instead of fastening off like you would normally do, you're going to just slightly pull up on your crochet hook. Slide that out and cut the loop like right in the middle. Pull out the slip stitch and this last double crochet here. Now this part is super important, so pay close attention to how I'm tying these knots. First, tie the new color around the old color. Then tie the old color around the new color. Notice that I'm not using each color when I'm actually tying the knot. I'm pulling on the same yarn, the same color on either side of that knot. This is the important part that makes the whole thing work, because when you pull here and here, it slides the 2 knots together. Pull on that pretty tight. Now don't break your yarn or anything, but do make sure those knots are really tight. And then, here's the best part, you can cut these 2 little ends that are left all the way down to the knot. As much as you pull on these 2 ends here, all you're doing is reinforcing the knot and making it tighter. With the new yarn attached, you can go ahead and finish your pattern however you would typically crochet a granny square. The idea is not to have the knot resting on the front of the work where it's visible. The goal is to have it either hidden within a stitch or at the back of the granny square. So in this case, it is kind of sitting out at the front, so I'll undo everything and I'll just crochet my double crochet a little tighter, and that way I can have it resting towards the back of the granny square. So instead of having 2 ends every single time you want to make a color transition, your granny square now, using this technique, will only have 2 ends to weave in, your starting end and your ending end. So the magic knot is not a new technique by any means, but it is something that I really just started implementing in all of my projects for the past several months. I don't know why I didn't think about this sooner. The knot in the project or in the granny squares will be a compromise for some, but for me, I do feel like it's a small price to pay. So if nothing else, I would encourage you to at least give this method a try. I actually do have a granny square project that's in the works right now, and I'm really excited to share that with you here in about a week or so, a couple of weeks maybe. So keep an eye out for that. I'll have it linked here when it is available. But until then, if you haven't learned how to crochet this iconic granny square yet, I would encourage you to check out this video next. I walk you through the entire process step by step of how I personally like to crochet my granny squares so they turn out nice and tidy. Happy hooking, and I'll see you over there. Also, really quick, wanted to let you know that we have 5 of these left, and we need to find homes for them before we can get the new t-shirts in. I believe we have 4 extra large and 1 small, so if you would normally wear one of those sizes and you want to support the channel, then visit the link in the description and grab yours before they're gone, because this is probably the last time we'll ever have these ones printed. All right, bye.